I'm going to try and keep this one pretty short, man, because honestly, I just got back from work. I don't even feel like recording right now. I'm tired as hell. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to film this right now. I wanted to tell you why I'm feeling this way and kind of link it to an unexpected topic, which is the topic of confidence and charisma. So I think we probably all hold on some level this long-lasting or quite deep-rooted belief that confidence is either something that we have or we don't have. There's either proof of us being confident, experiences in which we've shown that confidence in the past, in which we've stood up for ourselves, or we've done quite scary or challenging things where we had to show bravery and confidence. We either have that proof, or we have proof of us acting like a coward in a way that's not consistent with how a confident person would act. The point I'm trying to make is we have this view that either confidence is something that we have or we don't have, something which is earned. Now, what I've been realizing over the last year is, yes, a lot of that is true. And having these experiences that we can look back on, those challenges we've overcome, we can take a lot of confidence and belief away from that. But what if I told you that how confident you feel on any given day is actually, it's a bit like rolling the dice. If we're doing certain things wrong, can I explain to you what these things are? If we're getting these wrong, these quite basic things, then however you wake up feeling on any particular day, whether it's confident, whether it is that person you're aspiring to be, that confident social person, or the opposite of that, the anxious, reserved, cowardly individual, you could wake up either one of them, depending on whether you're doing these basics right. So I had a bad day today in my 9 to 5. I work a government job, and a lot of people don't really know exactly what that means when I explain it to them, but I'm kind of doing like project management kind of stuff. So it's a lot of meetings. It's a lot of having to explain my ideas and different processes, and my ability to speak well and actually like have belief in the things I'm saying is quite important, because I need to convince other people of these ideas. I'm the one, sometimes I'm leading, sometimes I'm contributing to the project, but generally it's like one of the main components of this job is like making sure other people feel confident in these projects. And I had a bad day with that today, because it was like every second thought I was having, scratch that. It was like every single thing that I did, every action that I did, every word that I said, I was having twice as many anxious thoughts as I would usually. Imagine when I'm trying to speak, I'm trying to explain myself, I'm having like so many like self-critical thoughts that I wouldn't usually have. And I'm monitoring the reactions of the people around me. I'm looking at the group as I'm speaking, and I'm starting to have these thoughts that like they're doubting me. They're not feeling confident in what I'm saying. They're even a little bit annoyed at me. And that's all without them even saying anything either. It's all from me trying to read their expressions and their body language. And not even just that, just throughout the day, my conversations with my colleagues, the people around me, even just quite casual, light-hearted things like I'm on my lunchtime walk and I'm just speaking to a few of my guys. Everything they say to me, every little question, every topic or conversation that comes up, my brain seems to be operating on a different wavelength. It's a lot slower. I'm having to think for at least like 5 to 10 seconds about what I would say, or I'm even like starting to question whether I'm starting to like filter what I'd say, if that makes sense. Like I'm kind of talking myself out of saying certain things or making certain jokes when these are my friends. You know, I wouldn't usually be like second guessing myself around them. So really, I just feel like today I was like a shell of my usual self. Like usually I'm quite calm, not confident in every situation, but generally I would say that I'm confident. And I'll tell you the reason why. And you're going to think like, oh yeah, this is typical. But I was out with a few of my guys last night, a few of my friends from work. I mean, we watched the football match, we watched Champions League, and had a few drinks. Not too many, but did have a few drinks. Maybe this played a part. But whenever I have a couple of drinks, I never sleep well. Never in my life have I like slept, had a good night's sleep, and not woken up feeling like groggy and a little bit annoyed after I've had a couple of drinks. So right from the start of the day, this lack of sleep, maybe combined with like a little bit, maybe it's a tiny bit hungover, but this is quite a common feeling for me whenever I'm not getting enough sleep, whenever I haven't had my 8 hours. Like Monday morning, this happens to me as well. When I wake up at like 5:30 in the morning and get a load of trains down to work, because I work in a different part of the country. Whenever that happens, I don't feel like myself. I don't feel like being around people. I'm not in any kind of social mood. I'm doubting myself. I don't even want people looking in my direction. Sounds fucking deep, but like this is genuinely what's going on. I hesitate before doing basic things like saying good morning to people or engaging people in conversation. I don't want people even like, I don't want the attention on me. When usually feel like I'm relatively okay with that. So the point I'm making is, on a different day, when I got my rest, when I had my 8 hours, which is what I aspire to get every day, none of this is going on. Might have anxious thoughts, but I have my routines. I have my mindfulness routines for catching my anxious thoughts and like nipping them in the bud. Or I come on here and make a video about it. But generally, if I'm experiencing like those negative thoughts or anxiety, there's like an actual reason for it. I'm not just like waking up feeling anxious for no reason. And that is what happens when I haven't got my 8 hours. So that is what I mean. We think confidence all comes from the external, from like our accomplishments, from, I don't know, whatever little like technique we're doing or to be more charismatic. I don't know what I'm saying. But a lot of it comes down to internal factors. That is what can have you feeling confident one day and like a complete coward the next day. It's things like sleep. Sleep, in my opinion, is the most important. Sleep has the biggest effect, but it's also things like having a clean diet. Eating fucking junk food all day, every day, or snacking, just eating like highly processed foods, that can tank your confidence as well. That can throw off the balance of the hormones in your body and just have you feeling like half as confident. But sleep is the one that really has like a drastic effect on that. Because, yeah, in terms of your hormones as well, like I know sleep has like a massive impact on testosterone if you're a guy, and I suppose if you're a girl as well. Getting one bad night's sleep can like throw off your testosterone levels by like 40% or something. That's a huge deal. So, and I feel like this is why so many people like and it's not always possible, but people always say like when you've got something really important going on the next day, job interview, I don't know, some kind of like sporting event or something, if you're an athlete, like you got like a game that you need to win, They always say, get good sleep the night before. Because just your mind and like your self-belief, it's thrown off balance when you've not been sleeping properly. Your ability to regulate your emotions and catch those anxious thoughts and kind of like dismiss them with like logic, like, okay, I'm getting wound up over nothing here. Doesn't make sense for me to get wound up here. Your ability to regulate your emotions, it's gone. Also things like your impulse control as well. Like, I've noticed that if I'm trying to stick to a diet, like I'm dieting at the moment, I'm trying to cut down in the gym. If I haven't slept properly, it's like night and day the difference in like how much I'm like craving snacks and I feel like cheating on that diet. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. You can go out there and accomplish great things. You can take so much confidence away from like conquering your fears and doing challenging things that you don't feel like doing. I recommend all of this. But if you want something basic that you can do right now that will have like a noticeable effect on your confidence and your comfort around other people, try and get your 8 hours this evening. And it might take a couple of days. If you're someone with really fucked up sleep patterns, it might take a couple of days to really get back into the swing of things. But you will notice the difference within a week. And there's not many changes you can make that will give you like noticeable effects in that shorter space of time. So just something to think about. I'm feeling really tired tonight. You probably think I'm like a degenerate, like drinking on a weeknight, but that's not me most of the time. But yeah, just a little bit of advice from me to you. Thank you, man.